Jim, let's get another question here. This one was sent via the Cult of Cornette Facebook group by Harinder Kang.
What?
That's the name here. Harrison in Edison, New Jersey. Off-topic question. Does Taxi have the greatest cast ever in terms of stars who came out of that show? Such as Judd Hirsch, Tony Danza, Andy Kaufman, etc. You left out Danny DeVito, Mary Lou Henner.
I was about to say Mary Lou Henner.
I would like to get your thoughts. Thank you. The greatest cast in terms of stars who came out of the show.
Well, Judd Hirsch was already a star to begin with.
Was he? From what?
I thought he was. I'd seen him in TV movies and all kinds of shit. Look up Judd Hirsch while I go over the other ones. Andy Kaufman was already that made him a star. That show made him a star, but he was already on television. I thought Danny DeVito, I think you've got to credit him with being a star off that TV, but it was a great cast, yes. But then are we just talking scripted episodic television? Because Saturday Night Live has produced more stars, but it lasted longer and was a variety program. And did anybody know who any of those Friends motherfuckers were before that program aired? But have you got any news on Judd Hirsch?
Yeah, and I did. Matthew Perry had done a bunch of stuff for it. I saw him in A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon when I was like 8 years old, 9 years old.
See, I didn't know Jimmy.
Yeah, he was in that. He was on one of the first Fox shows. I forget what it was, but he was like an old man watching himself. Like he came back to be able to
Jesus Christ, they let that on Fox in the early days?
They let anything on Fox in the early days.
An old man watching himself. I thought the old men in those days used to try to encourage other people to watch him, but maybe I'm...
No, it appears that this was the project that made Judd Hirsch. He was uncredited.
Seriously?
He was uncredited in 71 for a role in Jump, uncredited for a role in 73 as a cop in Serpico. And then in 78, he was in King of the Gypsies. Academy Award nomination for Ordinary People, but that's 1980. And then looking at TV, he was on several episodes of The Law in the role of Murray Stone. He played Saul in the television movie Fear on Trial. On Medical Story, he played Dr. Joe Dempsey on the episode Wasteland. In The Legend of Valentino, he played the role of Jack Auerbach. That was a television movie, followed by the television movie The Keegans, where he played Lieutenant Marco Ciardi.
So he'd been in a variety of things, a household name.
What year did Taxi start? I got to go back to that.
Would have been, what, 80 or 81?
Oh, I thought it was before that. Okay, because I was going to say he was nominated apparently for appearances on Rhoda. The 78 it started. So right before Taxi, he was nominated.
Oh, God, I saw him on Rhoda. I knew I'd seen him somewhere before.
Did you watch a lot of Rhoda?
I watched Rhoda religiously.
Did you?
Because she was next door to Mary Tyler Moore, and we had to see what was going on there.
What are your thoughts on Valerie Harper, and what are your thoughts on the beginning and end of Valerie Harper on the Hogan family, or what became the Hogan family?
I didn't watch the Hogan family. I didn't really like Brooke or Linda, or Nick, or any of them.
No.
But no, it was a big deal when Rhoda moved away from upstairs from living over Mary Tyler Moore. But I always wanted to see more of Cloris Leachman. I think she was fast. She was an easy woman back in those days.
Back in those days, in the mid-70s, those days?
Yeah, back in those days.
She was
only in her 50s at that point.
No, she looked good, though. She did look good. I mean, next to Ted Knight, anyone looks 30 years younger than they actually are. Well, I guess that answers your question, Jen. Any thoughts on Jeff Conway, who was in the movie Grease? And then later, I think Celebrity Rehab or one of those shows.
I was about to say, he was in one of those rehab shows. Wasn't he, Friends? Wasn't he one of the people, the Hollywood connections that Larry Burton had, that con man that bought the USWA along with Lawler from Jerry Jarrett?
I don't remember that. He had a connection with Kanicki?
Well, I think he was one of the, because remember they actually had that Dustin Diamond come and do Memphis TV one morning. The Screech fellow. Larry Burton knew some of these off-brand Hollywood people. Apparently, many of the people that he knew ended up in some type of rehab show where they were in various forms of rehab.
Any thoughts on Tony Danza? Who's the Boss?
None whatsoever. No, I never watched that fucking show.
You never watched Who's the Boss?
No, I didn't think he was the boss.
And one last thing, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito I would like to hang out with Danny DeVito. He's probably my favorite of the whole bunch of them.
What a fascinating life and career.
And not just for the Always Sunny stuff, but he's fascinating.
Did you ever see Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Twins?
Yes, I did. I actually saw that.
United Outside and In, Twins. That was a good one. 1988, I think. You know, he was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He played one of the patients.
Yes. Along with that big Indian fella that threw the sink through the window.
The hero of the film. That's right.
Yes.